Zodak?
Yep, Zodak. There's Zodak with a K, and there's Zodak with a C, and they're both different, technically speaking, different characters. Now, because Classics kind of separated them instead of doing them as a swap.
Okay, I don't... Give me a second.
Dupe. Gotta load up my stuff here so that I have the chat. I'm almost there, I'm telling you. There it is. I'll turn that down. So there, I have my chat. There's that. I got a chat right here. I'll be able to read what people say. And here we are. So, this is going to be an episode to try to finish things that we started. I got a big folder, and it's got a lot of pictures in it. It's got a lot of folders in that folder, but supposedly, and that's if everything pans out the way it was meant to, this will be every Ranger of Sentai stuff that we missed in this, how many fucking years has it been?
10?
Is it almost a decade? A lot of guys that we may have skipped over and missed, and we're going to go back and finish them off because Scott has to step away to really focus on his school and shit, and I want at least the Ranger side that he's been a part of. When did you come into the Ranger stuff? I know you didn't do the first ones with us because we were with Jason Brown.
I thought I was part of that whole clusterfuck that we split up into multiple videos.
So you were there as far back as Go Rangers.
I think so.
So then you actually did 1 or 2 episodes with Scott back when we were still with...
He is Scott.
Yeah, Jason.
I would like to think he's done 1 or 2 episodes.
That one screwed me up for a second.
It's early in the morning.
Yeah. But yeah, because
still waking up.
Jason hasn't been a part of the show in a long time. Like a long time.
True.
Yep.
But yeah, okay, no. So you've been here. That's what I was hoping, is that you've been here for all of it. So I'd like to finish it while you're here. Kind of interesting. This is, I don't know, I haven't really looked through it. All I did was click on 2 or 3 folders to find a big enough picture to work as the thumbnail. But it's pretty big. Looks like 42 folders.
Is it folders within folders within folders?
I don't believe so, no. Because like the Darkness Knight is one thing, Victory Master is one thing, Cross Armor, that guy's one thing. So it's a bunch of one things. It's stuff we missed, but it's not folders and folders and folders. But it is 42 guys that we missed while going through this. Which, if I may say, that's pretty good for guys that didn't know shit about this when they started, and the only thing they had was a quick Wikipedia search to be like, what's the Ranger shows, and like, when did they happen? And it was like, go watch Go-Go, and I was like, no, I don't want to watch Goggle V, but I'll get the 10 or 15 images so we can look at them, and then of course, the first day we come in here to look at them, fucking here's Shane, and fucking baby bibs on. Nobody gives a shit about these guys.
Fucking baby bib Rangers.
Baby bib Rangers. And for us to only miss about 42, as long as we've been doing this, I'm fine with that. I don't feel bad about it. I really don't. Man, craziness. But yes, this will be it. Scott's going to take a step back. Seth is, as far as we're aware, he'll still be here for some of the episodes. Like, he's in the chat right now, hanging out. But in terms of being in person, I don't think Seth will be with us until, and we're guesstimating here, somewhere around mid-April. He should be back. He's got adult stuff to do. financing, budget, yada yada, putting your life together, figuring shit out. It's what it is. We all sadly have to do the adulting thing.
Adulting.
So yeah, he's gonna step off for a little while, and then Scott's gonna step off for a little while, and I don't know this for sure, but I'm gonna start talks because this show could very quickly become just me and Shane, but I'm gonna start talks possibly as early as tonight or tomorrow to bring back an old cast member for a while, and we'll see how that pans out. But yeah.
Yeah, if you talk to a few people, you might get like 2 or maybe even 3 other ones back.
But yeah, that's where we're sitting right now, and that's the reason for this episode is to come in and finally say, hey, Rangers.
These Rangers do any kicks?
I think they're just jump kicks. I don't think they're like
so
highly less impressive.
Highly less impressive.
So no extreme falling distance kicks that should finish quotations.
Well, I mean, so the first one we're on in terms of this little journey here is all the way back to 1983.
Dynaman?
The Darkness Knight from Dynaman.
83, huh?
You ready to go back to 83?
I wasn't even alive in 83, so I can't go back to a year I was never a part of. You weren't even alive in 83.
It's true.
He can go back to 83.
He can go back. He can go back to
He was
83.
4.
I don't think he'll comprehend what the fuck is going on, but he can go back.
Unless I'm watching the weird English dub version of Dynaman.
So let's click on this and let's see what's going on here. Bams! This guy. And already, I'm not unimpressed. Look.
He looks familiar.
But here's the problem. You remember how some of these like special Rangers don't fit their show?
Right, exactly.
Kind of like how, like, in my opinion, the Magna Defender just looked like
he doesn't look like he looks like he wandered onto the wrong set.
Feels like I'm here for.
There's also the Doug Funny guy.
I'm here for Mystic Force. That's not for quite a while, guy.
Yeah,
but we're doing Lost Galaxy.
He came on because he was supposed to do a show. It was supposed to be like him and the Phantom Ranger. They were supposed to do a show together.
Because they would have, yeah.
Because they look like they belong together.
Can I ask you a question?
No, they don't.
And what about the Blue Centurion?
That's what I mean. Yeah,
well,
those awkward guys that are kind of like gun-walking dudes. They look like they might be able to run a show together.
Here's the issue. When you do a show for so long, if you don't... we have talked about such new content and new stuff that the old stuff that we did like back like 6-7 years ago. I don't remember what the 83 Rangers even looked like. So
this guy's got a tiny knife, Shane. Tiny knife.
Good for him. Look, there's his gun, which looks like
Spider-Man's biggest weakness. Small knives.
That gun looks like a repainted.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing about the Flash or the '90s series Flash because he got stabbed in the calf with a knife.
Well, the Flash's, at least one of the Flash's worst enemies is sniper rifles and bullets that you walk into.
Nobody. His gun looks like an NES light gun repainted.
Doesn't it though? Didn't it though? It's so bad.
Here's the thing, and you know what's the real kicker? This is 83. The NES wasn't even
that
out
knife
yet.
Was not that big. That's dog shit card. I saw that knife.
Is that a Yu-Gi-Oh card? Or supposed to be like a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
It's some kind of card.
More
game.
than likely, it's just a card game for like Sentai stuff. That shit's all over the place. Like there's a Dragon Ball Z card game. And,
Will you please translate?
That says this knife isn't actually this big. This is an illusionary picture.
The knife has been enlarged to enhance.
Knife may be larger than it is in reality.
Image may appear bigger.
Image may appear larger.
Objects in the mirror are closer than they seem.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
That knife is not.
So these were the baseball team guys. The fucking baseball looking dudes.
Then yeah, I guess he kind of fits. That's fine.
He works. He's way cooler than they are.
Go back
Look at
to
that tiny knife.
Go back to that last picture real quick. I know that you have to.
Well, I gotta zoom way this
Looks
shit
like,
in
looks
here.
like they're using light tubes to
There you
duel.
go. So
Yes.
you know those fluorescent light bulbs, those long
Yes.
ones. It looks
Yeah.
like they put handles on them and started swinging them at each other, which is extremely
Adding their own
dangerous.
sounds.
They do it in
Sound
backyard wrestling.
Just because I know they use it in backyard wrestling.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
But
So there you go.
And even in so-called extreme hardcore matches, too.
Yeah,
Yep.
these guys have helmets to protect their heads, so I guess that's better.
Tiny knife.
Okay.
There it is.
If this is the, if
Get
this
your
is,
knife,
is that,
get
is
your
that
knife.
it?
That knife, blade alone, I don't even think it's his entire forearm. That card was lying to you.
What he is wielding is a hobbit knife, or in this
No,
case,
Hobbit sword.
or in this case, a hobbit sword.
It's a fucking straight up cooking knife at best. And even some of them are more impressive.
Motherfucker went into this kitchen, grabbed a
That's
butter
not
knife,
a knife.
grabbed a butter knife, and was like, "I gotta go
This
kick
is a
ass."
knife.
Okay, so, yeah. This dude. There he is. And look. For 83 being what he is,
Lexi.
he's pretty cool.
Lexi. Go ahead.
I don't know the background of him. I don't know if he's good guy, bad guy, whatever. But he's fine. He's pretty cool, actually. I like the black. I like the white highlight areas and whatnot.
We're trying to coax
His
Lexi
helmet
up.
is really cool. Does he have one eye? Is that one red eye, or are they both?
I don't know.
He's always kind of turned to the side. See, right there.
Yeah, I kind of see one red, but...
Yeah, he might have one. Oh, no. Because here on the picture, it kind of looks like maybe he has both. That's hard to tell. That's really hard to tell. But if he did have one eye, that would actually be even cooler. It would add a little bit more to him. Yeah, I like him for what he is. He's pretty solid. I'll go ahead and start the day with a 4 and hope we maintain momentum.
Listen, I know these are the baseball Rangers. Not quite sure. I'm not quite sure he's supposed to be like the umpire because he's evil and in sports.
He's probably one of those evil ones that turned okay.
Which makes sense because nowadays in sports, I know you don't keep up with sports, but nowadays what they refer to as ref ball, meaning that the refs are rigging games and calling stuff that they're not supposed to be calling or not calling stuff.
Oh, you mean the results from the Super Bowl that they revealed?
Yeah, they realize a lot of these games are rigged as hell.
Shane,
So
not to side rail us too hard, but remember when I told you that the very fact that the sport was changed to a business should have told you something years ago? That they're doing draft picks instead of actually... The whole thing is created as a giant business. From the draft pick to the stationing of
sometimes I feel
people
like
to the
sometimes I feel
to
like
the
when
games that are won.
sometimes I feel like when I watch the NFL, I feel like I'm watching WWE and everything is scripted.
It's kind of mind-blowing that a lot of this is only just now catching on. There's only so many sports that are almost guaranteed to be 100% real, and most of them are 1v1 type sports, and even they're questionable because the mob had their hands in a lot of that shit. So...
When everything is legit, boxing, and he's talking about like boxing and UFC, which are one-on-one competitions.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give this guy.
Light
Listen, the
I had
guy's
to
got a
look at his
light
light
gun.
gun.
This guy's got a light gun before the light gun even came out.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So his tiny knife though is not a good weapon in battle. That's only for like real close combat. Like guy's not looking. Whoosh, gotcha, bitch.
What if he holds the knife with the gun?
Like
What if he
What
almost has a freaking stroking orgasm when he sees his gun, talks about how great it is, and then sits down and etches out the bottom of the barrel,
Metal Gear Solid 3.
the bottom of the handle.
Naked Snake. When he gets a new gun, he gets a new handgun, and he looks at it, and he's like, he's literally sitting there smoking a cigar. When he sees that, he's like,
Yeah, he immediately has to put out a cigar.
Like,
Almost has a
and by the way-
mini orgasm.
and by the way, those are Cuban. and he didn't even finish it. He stuck.
No, he didn't. That gun was hot.
That kind of upset me as a guy that used to smoke. I was like, oh my god, that's a Cuban dude.
Gun.
You know, he's like looking at it,
and he knew every detail.
He's like freaking like explaining everything about the gun.
That is that gun.
And then so basically he's gonna perform his CQC.
Yep, and he has his little CQC knife for the bottom of the handle. That's right.
4 because CQC.
So 4.
4 CQC knife.
That is what that is. It's a CQ. He hasn't played Metal Gear, so he doesn't really get our reference. But this is from Metal Gear Solid 3 that we're talking about.
Yeah, no clue.
Yeah,
it's towards
the beginning.
It's far enough in because the beginning is only like a 30-minute thing. It's about halfway through the beginning section.
Yeah, and then he gets a new gun, and I've never seen a man get so excited over an object.
I'll make this simple. 4.
There you go. Give him
a 4.
Give him a 4.
Okay, that starts us out pretty solid. Let's see if we can maintain that momentum.
We never do.
I was gonna say normally in our show that does not happen.
It's usually the next one that drops right down.
Here's how it usually works. If we get good stuff in the beginning, the rest of the stuff is gonna be crap. And if we get crap at the beginning, the rest of the stuff is probably crap.
We're gonna cross our fingers here because we're going to 1984 Magna Warrior.
Bioman.
This is from Bioman.
Bioman. Oh, there's a Bioman right there. Okay, those are the ones that look like cyborgs. Like their outfits look a little...
I'm noticing they're really sticking, at least right now, in the first 2 we've seen, we're sticking to this black and white motif, so that's going to help some of these guys.
It's really going to help.
It's going to help some of these
guys.
Really
help. You want to know why? You know what they say? Black goes with everything. It doesn't matter.
It's true.
I don't know about the helmet. I mean, I wish it was white on top of the helmet instead.
Instead of that red...
Yeah.
Questionable choice of color. I agree with you. If they would have just switched out color, it would have been a lot better. I'm not going to...
And the yellow down the center of the jacket or whatever.
They could have even made... They even could have made the red yellow to match that yellow. It's fine. It's fine. We're still in the 80s, so we're fine.
Yes, we are.
We're fine.
There's a good idea as to how he exactly looks. He's got these shoulder pauldron things like he's trying to be a 2/4 of the Shredder.
Do you want to know what this looks like? This looks like a military officer who just put a helmet on.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
He was like... he was literally just some officer, and then one day he walked into the room or whatever, and he sat down. And he was listening to one of the debriefings, and he was like, "What's this helmet?" And they're like, "We took it from one of those fucking Ranger guys." And he's like, "This helmet is really cool, guys." And they're like, "I mean, it's all right." And he's like, "No, this helmet is like my destiny." And they're like, "Dude, it's just a helmet. I'm wearing this shit.
Let me repaint it first.
I'm wearing this shit from now on." And then they're like, just fucking let him do it. I guess.
And then he's walking around like he's like the leader of this entire organization because he's the only one with the helmet.
It's almost like
Vader.
It's almost like, did you ever watch, and I know you have, you watched the movie live action. I have to add that in there because there's 2 movies here. Live action movie of GI Joe where we see Cobra's face for the entirety of the movie until the very end when he discovers that helmets are a thing.
And he puts the helmet on, and he's like, and then he goes by Cobra Commander. Cobra!
All of a sudden he's Cobra. He's like, this helmet is cool.
I remember watching that first one.
With Channing Tatum? Well, the Channing Tatum's in both.
Well, with Chris Eccleston, who was the 9th Doctor.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Also became Destro.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily hate that, in all honesty. Look, I'm going to say something, and I know it's going to be met with resistance.
Oh!
I don't necessarily hate the first G.I. Joe live-action movie.
I did not pick up on that. Oh, wow.
I think it's a passable, based on toy properties, movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to sit down and watch something and remember some G.I. Joes, it's passable.
There was one scene I hated the most about that movie.
What's that?
When you saw that girl holding the book and you see a knife go through her and the book from behind her. It's like...
You're
remembering that movie better than I am.
Yeah.
I remember the Baroness. I remember when they wear the run armor, because I remember laughing about like how amazingly ridiculous it was that we were going to do that. And I remember laughing at the inadequacy that was immediately put on display of the other G.I. Joes when they had modified $10 million enhancement Halo armors. And Snake Eyes was just some fucking dude running in a leather suit with a sword. And he was doing better than they were.
Well, that's not fair. That's Snake Eyes.
It still says something about the inadequacy of most of the jokes.
They're like, this is the most advanced armor in the world. You guys will be the...
Makes you faster, stronger. You shoot missiles. You have infrared vision. You can jump 2 stories.
And they're like,
you can run
you
70 miles an hour. And Snake Eyes is out there fucking jogging.
As they're putting the
Forrest Gump run.
as they're putting the armor on you, you're like, I'm going to be the strongest G.I. Joe. They're like, you're going to be the second strongest G.I. Joe. Why only second? This is $10 million. Why am I only second? That guy.
That guy.
Who's that? Snake Eyes. What's he do? It's Snake Eyes.
Doesn't matter what he does. He does it better than you.
That's what they say. That's where they end it.
Yeah.
It's Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Done.
Fucking just understand.
Have you guys seen Snake Eyes?
No shit.
I haven't seen the movie.
And that was, by the way, that was Ray Park Snake Eyes.
Oh.
That's the best Snake Eyes we've ever
That's
had.
even worse. That's Darth Maul fucking Snake
Darth
Eyes.
Maul Snake Eyes. It's also Toad Snake Eyes, but we'll ignore that.
No, because he was fun.
He got struck by lightning.
Because the same thing...
It's the same thing happens to him that happens to everything else.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people think that's
Our show is so dumb. we're looking at this guy and we just all of a sudden tangented all the way over to Toad.
We went from Sentai, now we're in the X-Men. Where will the next person take us, I wonder?
Oh shit, that's fantastic. You know what?
3.
Yeah, the 3.5, I like this guy now.
Because he's just some guy with a helmet.
He's some guy with a helmet.
I'm not gonna go as
He's like, listen guys, nostalgia aside, this guy sucks.
I'm giving him the 2.
Now I feel like I want to do a whole episode talking about the G.I. Joe movie.
Breaking down why it's bad.
This guy got a 2.83.
2.3.
I can tell you why the second G.I. Joe movie is bad.
Yeah.
So now we're looking at Change Commander.
Change Commander.
From Changeman.
Changeman.
1985.
Was that the Changeman?
That guy.
The fuck?
He looks like a monster.
Still that guy.
Baby Bibs.
No, these ain't the Baby Bibs. These are Sports Brawl.
Yeah, these are the Sports Brawl Rangers.
Sports Brawl Rangers. We have Baby Bib Rangers and Sports Brawl Rangers.
I'm still looking at this guy and going,
this guy is not. This guy looks like a monster.
I think it's because, remember, they all had weird forms and then turned it. You remember these guys?
It's been so long, so no.
No, I understand it's been a real long time.
I don't.
But yeah, I remember these guys. They all had like a weird form.
Can I be honest with you? Because these are Sports Brawl Rangers, I think he actually is. He looks better than they do.
He kind of does, doesn't he?
I don't know. To me, okay.
Oh, okay. We have run out of pictures. This is what we got for this poor guy.
Okay, I know my score.
He has a chest backbone, so he has a backbone sternum. He has 2 popped collars.
Shit.
He has
one.
He has
2 for the 2.
He has original Wonder Woman boots. Like 1980s Wonder Woman boots.
That looks like they don't fit very well because
he has really, really shitty versions of the Batman Beyond claw gloves. He has a terrible zebra print that is way off color. He has, what do we call these?
Shoulder pauldrons?
So weird
shoulder pointy thing.
Saggy spiked shoulder pauldrons. And he has... What the fuck is that face there? sad Batman ripoff. We're not getting sued.
You know who he looks like? He looks like that villain from SpongeBob, Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy's fucking villain. That guy that wears the freaking helmet, that with red suit, blue helmet. He wears that. It looks like he looks like a normal man. He looks like a man.
Okay.
Oh, the one in the meme that's like this thing right here.
I believe so. Yes, that guy. That's kind of what he reminds me of. Hopefully, somebody in the chat can remind me of the name of the guy.
Man Ray? Is
Yeah,
that what it is? Because people are saying Man Ray.
Yeah, I think it's Man Ray.
And that's all the details that I could point out about this guy.
Well, that's fine. I gave it a 2 for 2 pop collars.
I'll follow that, whatever.
Okay.
He probably doesn't even deserve that, to be fair.
But to be fair, he's in a series where I believe I rated them low.
1.66666666666. So 1.67.
Okay, goodbye to that guy. We're looking at Hero Titan from Flashman.
One picture.
We've got one picture of this person. There it is. And it looks like a Jedi from Star Wars.
Oh my god.
If they did the Clone Wars stuff in the
80s.
70s
It looks
or
like
80s.
that one Jedi with the weird, not a Twi'lek, but
I know
the
what you're
other
talking about.
thing.
You know what it looks like?
The guy who got killed in the ship.
It looks
No,
like...
No. There's a Jedi that
I know what he's talking about.
okay.
It's a female Jedi.
And they wear the head cover.
They have a head cover, not like. It's not a Twi'lek because they have the weird.
Ahsoka?
It's the exact same race that Ahsoka Tano is.
Yes, it's Ahsoka's race.
That's what he's talking about. But this looks like if Star Wars had blown up, right? But been even fucking bigger than it already was back in the 70s, and they decided that the best way to follow it was to do what they're doing today with all the TV series and streaming series. But sadly, 80s budget and TV makeup was all that was available for these Jedi. And this is the Clone Wars made for live television
And he's
in
slicing
the 80s.
his hand off.
This guy is a very.
And they couldn't afford lightsaber effects on a TV budget because it takes too long back then. So they were like, these Jedi, they use actual solid swords.
Crystal
swords. Because you gotta look. You saw Spider-Man on TV. It
With his
wasn't
guns.
that great. Okay.
Spider-Man with his
You have to-
machine guns and
You
stuff
have
like
to
that.
accept certain things are not going to be as good on your TV budget.
Listen. Okay. Listen. Listen. No. You're trying to be like one of those car salesmen. You're coming on too strong. You're trying too hard. And I'm gonna have to decline you, man. I won.
Dang. You gave this guy a 1?
Yeah, because of a lack of pop collars.
Okay, look. I'm going to be honest. I don't hate this guy. I'm not 100% sure how he fits into Rangers necessarily, but I wasn't watching Rangers in the 80s, and I saw some of their costumes, so I can't necessarily argue with the fashion choices.
No.
Because they're not for me. They're not for when I grew up.
Everybody knows that our series is Mighty Morphin.
You know what? I'm almost trying to hate him. I don't think I can.
Oh, I didn't have to try.
I think he's like a 3. I think I could see this guy in an old Ranger series, and I think he'd do just fine, really. Maybe like
an alien who needs help?
yeah, kind of like we had people like Blue Centurion and that Knight dude that came in and different things like that. We always had like the weird offhand sixth guy that doesn't seem like he belongs in the show, or a mentor-esque person. I don't think I hate him. I think I'm fine with him, honestly.
I didn't like it, so I gave it a 1.
I'll give it a 2.
1, 2, 3.
I gave it the best score. I don't know why. I'm fine with him.
It got a 2.
It just says the people say the people in the fandom don't even talk about this guy. He's so unmentionable, says the chat here. But there he is. We talked about him. Protector Fiveman from Fiveman. This is 1990, so we're jumping ahead here.
If you didn't realize, there's 5 of them.
Oh shit. You just blew my fucking mind here.
And
I'm looking at the whole team. I don't see the new guy.
And hold on, because of
I'm wondering myself.
It looks like it's armor.
And because we grew up with Mighty Morphin.
Is that possible? Is that possible? What it is? Did these guys get a type of
armor
battleizer thing?
Or something?
Could be.
I think that's what we're looking at. I think we're looking at an armor. I don't think they had...
unless it's that weird guy in the top left corner.
I think the boots and gloves maybe have been added.
Gotta keep going through some No, it's this. It's the armor stuff.
Yeah, it's the armor. So this is the team that we've already saw, but I think the chest plate is new. I think the shoulder pads are new. They added the boots and they added those gloves. So I think they got an armor set, almost
actually,
like
you know what?
Almost like a battleizer.
It made them look better, in my opinion.
I actually would agree. I think they look better than what I tend to remember these guys looking like.
I wish these guys would have just kept this.
That doesn't look bad, in all honesty.
I also like the fact that since we grew up with Mighty Morphin...
Says, I got some people here in the chat saying it's the first ever team power-up, so it was kind of the first battleizer-esque thing.
Before we knew what a battleizer
before
was.
Even like the
before they gave it a name.
And
before they gave it a name and people started claiming, no, battleizers are different because battleizers, you get a bunch of neat armor and shit. Right fucking there.
So...
That's what it is.
Since we did not grow up in the 70s and Go Rangers was not our Ranger series, Mighty Morphin is.
Right.
Original colors.
Yeah. In fact, I'm going to be honest, with the armor here, I don't even know if I'd have been mad if this would have been a team that we would have Americanized. It doesn't look bad. It looks like it could have passed if we'd done it real early.
I like how...
In fact... I would have preferred these guys show up to be the Alien Rangers.
Wasn't this the Sentai just before the one that we got that got
This is 1990, so it's awful close.
Ours came out in 1993. So
which means it was probably a 1992 or 1991 series that we bought the footage from. Because when does Zyuranger come out?
92.
Is that when it's out in Japan?
Yeah.
Then, yeah, we could have got these guys with no problem. And it still would have worked.
Saban said that when he was in Japan, he saw this show, but it was Zyuranger that caught his attention. I think he went back and looked at all the other series.
I don't know how much research he honestly did. From what I understand, it was almost a mistake. He was basically at his hotel room because of a different reason and saw the show and was like, holy shit.
And then
But... So this is 2 series before.
Yep.
So, okay, that's not a bad thing. I bet you I would have preferred these. If these guys would have shown up as the Alien Rangers, I'd have been fucking a lot happier. Because I don't like the simple ninja suit Alien Rangers we got. I think they were trash.
I have never liked those suits. I don't like the Alien Rangers, period.
No, so I agree. I don't like their costumes necessarily. In fact, ninjas. Next.
So get this.
We don't care.
So get this.
They're
because Alien Rangers was called Mighty Morphin, Alien Rangers. It's considered the 4th season of Mighty Morphin. Anytime I was watching Power Rangers after season 3,
I would have named
I
these
went
guys,
right into Zeo.
I would have named these guys Alien Ranger 5. Just like that, and I'd have done that show.
Whoa, hey,
and I'd have done half a season.
Hey. Shh. They already stole one idea.
Oh, you did steal fucking pricks? Stop it!
Stop! They're watching our show. Stop giving them ideas.
I swear.
Okay, Alien Ranger 5 is a William Bush property.
William Bush property? I don't think I can do that.
It's a Fandom Nights property.
It would still be based on Rangers. I think they still trump me on the rights here.
Nope, they don't own the word Ranger.
I guess that's
because
true.
Otherwise we couldn't call them a park ranger.
That's true.
Because nope. That's a Japanese. Nope, the Japanese own that word.
What would we do without park rangers? I mean, there'd be fucking
park supervisors, park attendants.
Basket stealing would go on the rise, and it'd be fucking terrible for everyone.
Well, look at the big in the basket, boo. My Yogi is not.
I like these guys more now. I'm willing to go as high as a 4. I really am.
Okay. They got me a little bit with the nostalgic because you got to remember this show came out 3 years before we got our Power Rangers, and they went with the OG color scheme of the original 5 that I grew up with. So obviously I'm going to give them a 4.2 because I like it. Now, I also want you guys to notice, if you pay close attention, each of the Rangers has a symbol on their helmet, except for the Red Ranger, who obviously did not get one.
Well, he's the leader.
Yeah, but the leader should at least have a cooler symbol. And the black ones...
No, because he's 1.
Well, the Black Rangers...
He's 2. You can't see him. He's 3. You see? That's 4. Those are the slashes. You're looking at the number count. The emblem on their chest, that's their number count.
Oh, yeah.
That's why her shield, or his shield, because that's yellow, it would be a her here. But maybe not now.
Anymore,
now
anymore,
we're fine with that. We're
not anymore.
We've made
plenty of
progress.
Shit, look what we've done. The new series has the Red and Green Ranger are female.
That's what I mean. So yeah, we've come a long way in terms of that progress.
Oh, by the way, I think I'm going to watch that.
What, the new one?
Yes, because this is the first time since Mighty Morphin that the same team of Rangers are moving into a 3rd season. Same Rangers.
Oh, so this isn't their 2nd season.
No,
they're getting a
because
3rd?
it was Dino Fury.
The cast 3rd.
It's the cast 3rd series.
No, that's actually good because, like you said, we haven't done that
since Mighty
Morphin. We've been doing 2 and drop for a very long time now.
It's always been like Megaforce, Super, Samurai, Super.
They basically get a power upgrade, then they retire. Power upgrade, then they retire. That's become standard for years now.
But most of the power upgrade has gone into a super season.
And I get that, but that's always what we do. We've been doing it for years now.
And of course, from what I heard, that I've only seen a few episodes of that Dino Fury, the original series that these guys are coming from. I've watched a couple of episodes. It's not too bad, and apparently if these guys they're making a Cosmic Fury off of Dino Fury, it must have done well.
No, I get that.
But yeah, these guys have the OG color scheme. I like that the Yellow Ranger has a musical note.
I'm giving these armor upgrades a 4.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When your armor, when your power up mode is better than your base mode.
Oh, their boots also have their individual symbols.
Yeah, the red is empty because he's the leader.
And I definitely don't hate their all of a sudden Mega Man Reploid aesthetic, where they got big arms and big feet.
No, because the Red Ranger's giving me big Proto Man, and Proto Man vibes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They look good.
4.07.
Wow, I was not expecting this to go as well as it's going.
If you're asking me which one's my favorite, I got to go with the red this time.
Okay, so here we go. We're going up to 1991 with Birdman from Jetman.
Birdman! It's literally a bird.
Oh my.
It is a Birdman.
So I'm going to go ahead and say this Birdman, and maybe I need a better look at him, isn't as good as the Birdman that I was
Listen, when Harvey Birdman looks better than...
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
We got something to rival Goodwill Raider now.
Oh no. What the peacock fuck am I looking at? Oh my God. Oh shit.
The fuck, chat? The fuck?
You know,
no.
Even Disney's Condor Man looks better than this.
Yeah, I figured out why we skipped this guy.
Dude, the exposed mouth thing is really fucking me up. Look at that. Oh my God, that is a special kind of awful.
Oh.
And they even gave him the bird chest, the puffed out fucking...
Listen, I already gave it a 0, so we're fine.
Good Lord. Wow.
Which means I got to look at this motherfucker again.
That is fucking tragic.
Man, we were doing so well.
We were doing so well. This guy just derailed hard. This guy sucks. Somebody in the chat said he literally got killed when he transformed. I don't know if I'm sad about that. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but nobody's ever died. As far as I know, nobody's ever died in right after they transform. So he sucks.
I mean, Adam might have if his morpher was too badly damaged, but
yeah, but he would have done that to himself.
Yeah.
Dying right after you transform makes you a loser.
Well, I mean, look at him.
Yeah, I see him. I see him. I wish I didn't.
I wish I didn't. Okay.
Fuck.
I already gave it a 0, so I've already brought its score down, so it don't matter.
Oh, man.
Whatever you give it is generosity.
I find this dude sad as shit.
Give him a sad as shit score. Give him ass.
Dude, 0. I think I really dislike this guy a lot.
Okay, it's a 0.
I don't know why, but I really dislike this guy.
Hey, this dude got a fucking goose egg.
He got a goose egg. So, let's go to Jetman Shadows from Jetman, because so far that's really doing a lot for us.
Oh, he started off strong with you, Jetman. Wait.
Oh, they're
these
bad
like the
guy.
evil Rangers?
Yeah, they're like evil rangers of the Jetman
Yeah,
people.
the evil forms.
Why do I like the black so much with that?
That's
I
pretty
like
cool.
I like the black with the white and the yellow.
I like the black with the red.
So they're inverted, kind of.
Are they just like? Are they laying on the ground? No, they just whacking them with like sticks.
Stay the fuck
Get
down!
Stay down.
Well, I mean, you know they're
I know, but
swords,
look, the
yeah.
blue one looks like he's in fetal position. Stop hitting me, guys. Okay, the yellow one, I forgot how unsettling. Look at that helmet. It's got eyes, man. It's staring in your soul.
So you could see because they're right there. The helmets are inverted. So like the white is black. You see what I mean? And then there's also a couple of other things, like, because here on the yellow, where this is just solid yellow, on here they make it black to kind of add to it.
I like the reverse.
And then you can see it on here too. So you can kind of get an idea for how that works. And the solid black suit is pretty cool.
I like how they only gave them the color of the helmet, that thing that goes over their
Yeah, the
and
Vest
then their boots,
vest thing.
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
their boots. But for some reason, I kind of like the all black.
Yeah, these guys are kind of neat. I'll go to a 3 and say that these guys are fine, especially after what I just witnessed.
I want to give these guys... Okay, the reason I'm going to give a 3-5 is because red and black, in my opinion, go so well together that I think the Red Ranger really stands out.
Yeah.
Yes. But my second favorite one is probably got to be that black and white one. I don't like the black and blue. I just don't like that shade of blue that they use. I like darker blue.
I'll go 3. It's a...
Says that in the actual show they started off with pure black suits and then copied the Rangers' actions and then gained colors as the fights went on through movements. And
That's pretty cool.
That's a pretty cool effect too.
Isn't that
Almost
kinda
as if
similar?
they're doppelganger shadows and they're stealing.
Yeah, I was gonna say they kind of did a bit of that with the Psycho Rangers stealing some stuff from the Space
Yeah, that's a
Rangers
cool
stuff.
concept.
I feel like that this is one of the first iterations of like what will become the Psycho Rangers.
Oh, we almost had a Stone Cold score.
Yeah.
It's 3.17.
Oh,
Because it was a 3.1666666666667. So it's like,
Staying with Jetman, we are now going to go look at Neo Jetman.
uh-oh.
Neo. Oh my lord.
Are these the Shadowloo soldiers from the Street Fighter movie?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they do kind of look like that.
Shadowloo. Yep.
Of course!
Of course.
Okay.
For you, the day Bison came to your village was...
The most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Okay, that movie was so bad.
He is the reason I watch it. I don't give a fuck.
Listen.
That's a terrible movie that I will watch
Listen,
right fucking
I
now.
say it's him
I
and
think-
Jean-Claude's Guile.
I'll watch it. I don't give a shit.
Listen, Gomez Adams did a great job as Bison. So
And it said that it was the last one.
yeah. Not one of his last movies was not a good movie, but you know he was having fun.
Oh, he still gave it his all, so...
So evidently, the Jetmen lose their powers somewhere in the series, and this replaces them. And then I'm guessing they get their powers back because this is
Sad as fuck.
sad as shit. Maybe it was kind of cool for its time. I'm trying real hard to put myself back there.
No.
Because it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
I would take our Rangers losing their powers for like 5 episodes and then going out in jeans and a hoodie.
I don't hate this vest. I understand where the bird aesthetic thing came from.
Yeah, but the helmet is trash.
I mean, but see, and I don't know what it was like for you, but I remember watching things like GI Joe, and I remember like the Cobra Viper squads, like the robots and shit like that. So this look doesn't bother me. It's almost even a little reminiscent of shit that I grew up with.
I can't get behind it.
So I don't detest it. I don't think it's good necessarily.
Like I said, I would prefer our Rangers to lose their powers and go out in jeans and a hoodie over this.
They did.
I know.
They did actually go out in jeans and a hoodie. I think
guess
that
what?
was a real thing.
And guess what? It was awesome compared to this. Because they kept the color coordination going. I got my black hoodie, got my white or green or white or whatever. Tommy's like the only person in the Ranger history.
And somebody's telling me that this was the year right before Juranger for reference. So the style that we're looking at,
because Juranger
this is literally right before what we look at as the standard. Because it's what we grew up with, it's what we understand, it's what we've used as a reference point.
Mighty Morphin was the first thing that we got, so it is the standard.
I'm giving them the deuce.
Okay, so these guys, yeah, I was right. These guys only appear for like 2-parters. So it's very much, it was like an episode thing. They lost their powers, they show up, yada yada.
1.5. I don't like them.
Yeah, 1.5.
No.
I can support them, but I don't think they're good either way.
I can support you, but I don't have to like you.
1.67.
Okay. We are done with Jetman. Now it's time to jump up to 1994 and talk about
94.
Well, because in 92 we already know.
Konoichi Flower Rangers. Konoichi Flower Rangers from something.
We'll know because now we're kind of in our familiar now.
From Kakuranger.
Kakuranger. That would be
these guys. Actually, they're not the most terrible thing. Okay, nah, I'm still not sold on them.
Oh, the Alien Rangers.
But I guess I've seen worse.
It's an all-female squad.
It's an all-female squad. I've seen worse costumes, but I still don't think these are necessarily good either. I don't like that they're wearing weird one-piece swimsuit things over the costumes. Maybe had they been more of an armored design.
I feel like they're
and
like,
their helmets are really bad.
I feel like they're like, hey guys, these are ladies. I'm like,
that's what I mean. Yeah.
I don't need the swimsuit to know that these are ladies.
Exactly. That's kind of where I'm coming off on it too.
But we're talking early 90s. We're talking early 90s where we're dumb.
I don't know if I'm sold on these. I think the helmets. Did they have open eyes?
You gotta find me a better picture.
No, but they're not much better than just simply having open eyes because they were all given these weird beady, goldish things.
I'm going to be honest with you. I also don't like the color scheme. Why do we have 2 Rangers that are super similar, like a pink and a purple? I don't like that.
So here's some things about this that I would like to point out. One, I like this. On the neck, they gave him that that type of scarf, that ninja-esque scarf thing, but I personally wish it would have been longer.
Yeah.
On the back, give it that flowing tassel-esque type of thing. I would have been into that. The helmets, I wish the eyes weren't there, and I could probably get behind the helmets. I'll be honest with you. I could probably get behind them without the eyes.
We've seen helmets.
If they would have been black
helmets
and just had a
that
symbol.
almost all the helmets have like visors.
Because I'm just making minor edits without trying to change everything. The boots are fine. The colors...
I would change the colors.
I would change her color. I would keep everybody else, but I'd change this girl in the front, specifically because these are too close for me.
Yep.
Yeah, they're too similar to...
I don't know what I'd do with her, but I'd change her color. Now, the gloves I'm fine with. The boots I'm fine with. I mentioned the helmet. I think this could have been longer. And because they're girls, personally, I would have given each of them those front skirt things. You know what I'm talking about? I would have given them, like, where it's just down the front right here and then across the back, too. So I would have given each of them the type of belt thing that had that and then moved it up into a small, delicate armor piece. And that opened up on the top, not doing this one-piece bathing suit thing. And those are the minor edits I would make on spot to try to help them. And then each one of their symbols here, I would put on the belt where this triangle is, where I'm talking about where I put that battle sash, that skirt thing. Where that is, I would give each of them their own symbol thing on that belt emblem.
I could see one reason why those two would be similar colored, and that's if they're actual blood sisters.
Like maybe they almost share power or something. I can get that.
Yeah.
Finding a way to link the
the
characters.
The one in the middle, her symbol looks like a fucking brain.
Yeah.
I think they're all
I think they're all flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's fine, but it looks like a brain. Yeah, these are the Alien Rangers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Little more clear in terms of I could see this person here, you know, the fighting from the side and everything. Like I said, without these eyes, this helmet might have been cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 2.
Yeah, I agree.
No,
I'm going lower than that. I think I'm at like 1.3. That swimsuit thing killed it for me. There's very minor edits. I could literally do it in Photoshop. I could make those minor edits, and I think it would work. In fact, if you want to see close to what I think they should have went with, and this is ridiculous hindsight, by the way. It's the most ridiculous fucking hindsight. But I would have copied closer the idea of what we've seen with the Chun-Li Ranger now. That's what I would have done for these girls.
Okay.
I gave them a 2, which makes them a 1.77.
By the way, the Chun-Li Phoenix Rising Ranger is fucking fantastic.
I've seen it.
So, that's these people. Now we're going to go up to 1996 and we're going to talk about the Speed King Max from Car Ranger.
R Turbo. So
Speed King Max?
Get ready.
This is from Turbo. Oh, I need a better picture.
200.
Well, it's about cars, so it makes sense that it looks like you want to race.
Does that say Max 200? I don't know what the fuck that says. We're going to move on from 200. This. It does say Max 200. Motorist, bitch!
Oh my god, this one is fucking... This Ranger's sponsored.
Oh, that would be amazing.
This one's sponsored. Oh, your color scheme is all over the place. Oh boy, better color scheme and I can get past this.
There.
Oh, that didn't help. I could have been okay with it because they're supposed to be cars, I guess. It is a car series.
What the fuck?
I don't like its color scheme. The color scheme is so bad.
Yeah, I agree.
So bad.
Oh, well, that helps.
Yeah, because it's kind of darker.
And blurry.
Yeah.
And blurry. Okay, this is what we got.
Jesus.
It's the best representation we got.
Oh, God. Give it a 0.5. I don't like it. The color scheme really brings it down big time. And then, I don't know if I don't like all the words on it. Because like I said, it feels like you're sponsored. It feels like this Ranger is a sellout. And I know that he's supposed to be probably some kind of racer or something. I get it. Racers are sponsored.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
But, listen, I've never been the biggest fan of the Turbo costumes. But you're making the Turbo costumes look amazing. You're making me... this person right here, if we would have adapted him into our Turbo, I would have thrown Justin in that costume. And get him out of my goddamn blue.
Dang.
No, because Justin is one of my least favorite fucking Blue Rangers.
You know something I'm immensely happy for? In ways that's almost hard to explain to you? I'm serious about this. I'm happy Billy was not in Rangers. He was not in Rangers during Turbo. And do you want to know why? This is a real thing. I'm dead fucking serious about this.
This could have been Billy.
No. say Billy would have went back to blue for that series. We don't have Justin. Billy stays. He made the powers. He goes back to blue. I don't want to see Billy as a gearhead.
It's not.
And I can't help but notice that a lot of those Rangers,
just because he built a flying bug,
he would have some knowledge.
I mean, he could be
but not. It's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in that series. They took a couple of the characters and like made them into cars. Like they were into cars. They liked cars and shit. And none of the Rangers that I remember had any gearhead tendencies at all. Except for that all of a sudden Tommy was a literal racer and living at the garage and like, what the fuck happened?
Tommy.
That's not a lifestyle you just fall into. Why do I know? Because we live next to the Speedway. And why do I know that? Because where I used to live, over at the other house, you remember what I'm talking about, there were 4 different people on that street, just that one street, that were major gearheads that built and raced cars at that Speedway. So there were a lot of kids that I grew up with that I didn't have an outlet for all the stuff that I liked because I was the fucking weird one. The 2 kids that were down the dead-end drive, their dads raced and built race cars. So there were 5 different kids that were always hanging out down there, and I would like ride bikes with them. And the only thing we had in common was I had a bike. I had like no friends there. I kind of had to go out of my way and down the road or go up the hill to find people because I lived in a small little gearhead community. And so I know when everybody was into cars, when everybody was building shit, when everybody was racing shit, that's not a tendency that you just one day go, ooh, I'm a fucking gearhead. It doesn't happen like that. There's a lot of investment that goes into gaining that personality, kind of. And I don't want to see Billy as a gearhead.
Because here's my problem with that whole thing is because, like, later on, Tommy becomes a paleontologist. So how do you go, okay, I'm sorry, paleontologist, race car driver. Not even in the same ballpark.
Yeah, and Sario's talking about it right now. He's right. If you lived where we lived, you could just go outside, sit on the porch, and listen to the races. You could hear them from where we were.
Oh yeah, that track is loud.
Yeah, we lived close enough. There were a lot of, I'm telling you, I grew up in a small little gearhead community. They were all over the place.
Well, no.
I was not one of them. When my car broke, I was just like, shit!
Need to get it fixed or need a new one.
Yep. And even now, I can only fix problems that I've encountered. I don't really know shit about cars.
If I don't know what's wrong with it, I get a hold of my dad. What do you think it is? Right. I think it might be this, but what do you think it is?
Right.
Most likely, what it is, what you think it is probably what it is.
But because of that, if I post like on my Facebook, if I'm like, my car's screwed up, this is what's going on, there's like 20 people immediately that are like, it's this, or it's this, or it's this. Hold on, let me come check this. Or the last time it happened with her van, literally 2 people just came over and looked at it with me. Because I've lived and been associated with gearheads for so long that I don't have to know shit. I just have to post that I have a problem and somebody will help me. Somebody knows. Like,
somebody out there will know what's wrong.
And if you haven't noticed, I've derailed us because this dude's so fucking awful. I'd rather talk about how Billy should be a gearhead.
And I'm just waiting for your score to drop my score.
Well, this guy can have a 0 because this guy's fucking tragic. I don't like him at all. I like him so much that I'd rather talk about anything else than him.
And do you know why I'm waiting for you and Shane to drop your scores?
Are you about to nuke a motherfucker?
Yes!
Well, there you go.
That
might be fair. I'm hanging on to mine almost stupidly.
Quick question.
The nuke was a -5, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Negative.
Yep. You can go as far as -5 because we can go as high as +5.
Okay. Equals divide by 3. So this is a -1.5.
Bink. Bink.
-1.5 points.
This guy's the best. Sticking with Car Ranger, because it's done us so many favors so far, we're going to go to Victory Master.
Wait, this is the...
Okay, talking Sentai-wise,
This is the show.
we may have actually skipped him. We've talked about him at length because we did the series reviews, but I don't think we ever did rate his costume. This does make sense, even though we personally have seen this guy many times.
This is the Phantom Ranger.
Because it's just the Phantom Ranger. So I'll click through these pictures and we'll give him a rating.
Who we've always guessed was actually Billy.
Actually, to be fair, it's not. We didn't guess it. It was spot on. I heard that was what was supposed to happen.
There were 3 or 4 things in motion, but one of the producers says that if he had his way, he's been on record as saying what he wanted. But just to put this out there, people that take that as a 100%, that's not true. And here's the reason why. The Hobgoblin and the Green Goblin were both layered out to be different people from their conceptions. When they were very first put in the comics, they were supposed to be different people, and then because editors and other people got involved, all of a sudden, well, that's Norman Osborn. Well, that's not quite what I was really going to go. Well, that's what it is now.
Norman Osborn.
Okay. Well, what I'm thinking over here for the Hobgoblin, no, fuck that. You can't do that. The Hobgoblin has to be this guy. And now the Hobgoblin's been like 5 different fucking people.
Presently, there's 2 goblins.
Yeah.
There's a gold one and a red one.
So you get this in comics all the time.
Wasn't
and just like Rangers, they didn't know who this was going to be. But if the producer had his way,
he wanted it to be Billy.
From what I understand, he's even been at conventions saying word for word, he wanted it to be Billy. And I've laid out a ridiculous amount of fan evidence that says that it's him.
And the reason that we never found out who it was,
Turbo was
really hints at that.
Turbo was because they couldn't. Turbo was supposed to be 1 episode longer because the last episode was supposed to reveal the Phantom Ranger, and they cut the episode. So
V-Dump.
For Green Racer V-Dump. Oh, is that the Green Ranger? Because he drove the minivan and the dump truck. Peace
out.
So, yeah, we know this guy, and in all honesty, while he doesn't necessarily fit the Rangers, I've always liked him for what he is, for his aesthetic, and I'm gonna be honest.
I wouldn't have called him the Phantom Ranger.
I'm probably allowing a little bit of nostalgia in here because I've done an awful lot of fan posturing and theorying behind him. But I can go as high as a 4.2. I think he's a solid design, especially for this show. Because these Rangers were unimpressive to me. And he fits the idea that he's not a car ranger. Remember, he showed up in a spaceship. Mm-hmm. So he's a little bit of a different design, and I think he gets away with it because of how he showed up. For us, I don't know about this guy.
Also look at his costume.
Yeah,
it looks like he has a breathing apparatus for, like...
Vader?
He also looks like he would fit in a jet or some kind of...
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So for me, but now, and like I said... In terms of this show, I never saw this show, so I don't know if his aesthetic matches what he was meant to be, but in terms of what I was given for our Americanization, he looks spot on to me.
I gotta see if I have that. If I picked up the Sentai DVD set of this or not.
Cloud Ranger?
Yeah, because I know I've been picking up a few of them lately, so...
I know you post every now and then when they come out and shit.
You have to, because there's no streaming service for all the Rangers.
Oh, yeah, especially that. That's why I'm also picking up
the Kamen Rider Blu-rays. They need to put the Ranger shit on some streaming service. You gotta figure out what they're gonna do with this property. Hasbro's got the rights to it.
Well, rights are a funny thing, because that doesn't necessarily mean that they have the media streaming rights, because those are a different set of rights.
And speaking of rights...
There's too many rights.
The Kamen Riders...
Licensing is a very funny thing.
It's so fucking confusing.
The Kamen Rider Blu-ray releases that they've been doing recently have been hopping companies because of the rights.
That's like, believe it or not, in toys, that's a weird thing that I understand. It's why I know licensing is so ridiculous. Because, see, like, over here, this is real simple. That's a 5.5. Say I was to make that's Scareglow. I make Scareglow in 5.5 because I have the Motu rights for Scareglow in 5.5. But I've overlooked a part of the market. And I didn't realize that I could also buy the the 1 or 2-inch scale minifigures. So I never bothered to license them because who's going to make that, right? And then somebody slips in under me and gets the rights from, say, Universal or DreamWorks Studios and takes it and says, yeah, I'd like to make minifigures. Well, now that's made by a different toy company, and you see that in the toy industry all the time because every scale is a different license, and every property is a different license, and every property inside of each property is a different scale, which requires a different license. The same company that makes these dolls, like the Star Trek actual soft goods standing, I believe they're called, they might be, no, they're not. Are they 1/6? They might be 1/6 scale figures. I think that's what they're referred to as. Yeah, those guys are a different license than the Playmates 3.5 figures.
I like how you have Kirk in his disgusting green jacket.
You're damn right I do. And then I also have him in his pilot episode sweatshirt.
Is that Montgomery Scott?
Yes, it is. In the pilot episode sweatshirt. And that's Sulu, also from the pilot episode. I want an entire pilot episode.
Because Sulu, because they changed him to red before they. I didn't realize that he wore blue.
So yeah, this kind of stuff happens in licensing all the time.
Sorry, Sulu wore gold.
So just because you own a property or whatever, or you get a specific license, you may have the license for one thing, but just like Marvel doesn't have the license to produce movies with the Hulk. They can produce movies with the Hulk in them. That's okay. But they cannot produce a standalone Hulk movie because Universal owns those rights.
How do they still have the rights since they haven't actually done a Hulk movie?
I don't know.
I'm about to say, I thought you have to do something in so many years, otherwise you automatically lose the rights.
But that's all in how those contracts are drawn up too, because Fox was under a contract that they had to produce content every so many years or they lost the property. So they were literally making throwaway movies just to hang on to the Fantastic Four.
The last standalone fucking Hulk movie was 2008.
Yeah.
It's 2023. Those rights should have been expired.
Unless there's something that deals with the fact that it counts as them making content because they've been loaning the character to Marvel and it's still under their contract.
That's the way to get around it.
So
Wait, what about their rides and stuff? Would that count?
I don't know. But because licensing is a real funny thing, and that's the reason lawyers are incredibly important when you get into this kind of stuff.
It's crazy.
So Shane's got a score for.
And somebody in the chat is saying that Marvel will be getting the Hulk back in a couple of years.
4.1.
So it could have been an over the time type of contract because everything you list in contract is important. Every word is important.
Shane won.
Yeah.
Overall score for Phantom Ranger is 4.1.
I just want Price is Right.
Sweet.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Okay, let's finish off Car Ranger with the White Racer.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
We never got this guy. I don't think.
You mean girl?
We did.
Oh,
we did get this. We never rated it. We seen it. We didn't rate this.
Because she was next to that
we laughed about it because the kitty mech. We laughed about her and made jokes, never rated it.
Because we had that kitty cat car boombox.
You don't remember it? Here, I'll show it to you.
She likes that dick.
She can help you up. You ever fall down, she can present her steering wheel to you and help you get up.
It's in such a phallic place. All right, fine.
Stuff like this is why I'm curious to check out the Car Ranger
series. It's because she's just wearing clothes.
She almost, man, I'm gonna hate to say this. She almost seems like a racing groupie.
Also, Japan, I think she's underage. Let's bring that skirt down a little bit more. I think I can see some undies.
I don't think she's well, I guess I can't say that for sure, but I don't think she's. I think she looks young, but I don't think she's necessarily.
Well,
I don't think she's a teenager. Well, I don't know.
Well, not anymore. Nowadays, she's
for sure. I guess that's hard. That's hard to know. It's really hard for me to guess in general. But standing
oh my
here
gosh,
with everybody,
she stands out so much.
She is really tiny. Maybe she is little.
I don't like the fact that skirt was a little short.
That pink is a girl, right?
Yeah, because so is the yellow.
Yeah.
Because they have skirts.
Then, man, she's dinky tiny. Maybe she is young.
Okay, my problem is, though, is that she would have been awesome if they would have given her that same costume, but white.
Says that now she's probably in her 30s.
Whoa.
That doesn't seem right.
That's not possible.
Because I was going to say, this is...
Depends on how old she was.
Late
during this
30s.
show.
She would have had to have been... Because, look...
Gotta be late 30s.
It's 2023.
This is 96.
This is 96. This was easily almost 30 years ago to begin with. So even if she was 16, she's past her 30s.
Wait. You said this was 1996?
97 is when we got it as Turbo.
Yeah, this is a 96.
So, let's see. It's 27 years since that happened. So.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So
she
can't be in her 30s. She would have had to have been like 8 or some shit.
Dude, at the oldest she can be.
She has to be in her 40s.
The oldest she can be in this right now, for her to be in her 30s, would be, to stay in her 30s, would be she has to be at least 12.
No way. No way.
That skirt is too short for a 12-year-old.
If that's true, that's way too fucking young. I was honestly thinking she was 16, 17.
And I'm sorry, but that's still too young for that skirt.
That is still, yeah, well, okay, that's camera angle.
Japan, too.
That's camera angle.
True.
Look where they're taking the picture from.
Yes, I see that.
I don't think you'd actually see anything. I think, because
look back at that kitty cat car.
See, that you don't see it any other time.
True, it was just the position.
Look, and see right here, that's fine.
That's fine.
She is young.
That's fine, but I'm saying that pervert cameraman needs to
that's
knock
exactly
shit off.
what that is. That's the angle they're taking. But
I don't want a 12-year-old on my team.
How do we put this? Japanese.
My wife always told me that when you're in somebody's country, you need to respect their culture. No. No.
No, I'm just saying you expect that kind of shit.
I know.
When you step outside of your culture line and you decide, and because in a way your wife is right in a main term here, if you're dumb enough to go off and watch another country's movies and then think that you're going to hold your standards to their culture, that's not your culture. You decided to step out of your culture and experience something from their culture by going over to their cinema. Now you play by those rules.
When you walk into another country, you are a foreigner.
So
respect their rules, their...
Expect to see things that might make you uncomfortable because our sensibilities are not the same.
And here's the thing, if you're uncomfortable, you're going to deal with being uncomfortable.
But at the same time, I think there's a couple countries actually, literally, where our people are too young. I actually think you have to be like 22 to be an adult in some countries. I think that's real. Because I saw a couple posts online a while back that kind of confused me because the people were like, what is this, a 21-year-old underage girl? And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And I had to look it up.
What's the legal age in your country?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I had to look it up.
21 here, you're drinking.
Nope. No, that's the reason it kind of threw me off too.
But here...
So all over the place, this is a different argument.
But here, this is the one thing that I will not respect from their culture. That's too young.
I'm not expecting you to.
That's too young.
I'm just saying that we're going to see that kind of shit if we decide to play around with somebody else's...
You know what's the real sick part? If you see that kind of crap, you're not in your country. You have to bite your fucking tongue. Although all you want to do is go up there and slap that pervert. But you're not in your country.
Well, from what I understand, it's kind of frowned upon there too. A lot of that shit is played more for jokes, but it doesn't come across a joke like for us.
I hope that's what it is. It's just a joke.
But well, it's an adolescent joke idea, like the perv character that's put into anime. The reason those characters are put into anime is because you're meant to see that childish nature needs to dissolve for you to make it anywhere in life. All those characters are the bottom feeders of each anime until they finally learn and grow up and move past that bullshit, and then they develop into better characters. And if they don't, they always stay stagnant where they are, where everybody else in life passes them by. That's part of why that trope shows up in anime. It's a character design that's supposed to be teaching you something that often gets ignored.
But in this case, I don't want to rate her because she's not in a costume.
She's fine. She's
I
a
really-
fucking...
Okay, if you look at her costume,
I'm going to say...
if you look at
Because of what I think this is, I think she's like a mascot fan
Well,
girl,
if you-
which still brings problems.
Because if you-
But I could easily say it's probably a 2 or a 3, 2.5, somewhere in there, because like I know what they're doing.
and I know that her skirt thing matches the costumes of the
Yeah,
she
the
just-
other
she-
the other characters.
She just doesn't have the under part.
I think she's supposed to be some sort of fangirl.
Maybe, and that makes sense. But
It says she's a magical girl. Sure, why not? But
Well, if
either
you go back to
way,
that first picture, she had some wand things. So.
right? I saw that she almost had like a Sailor Moon wand. You're
Yeah.
right,
listen. This is listen. We rate costumes.
and that is a costume.
Oh my god. No helmet, no costume.
That's a costume.
She's got a headband.
No, that's a headband.
The ninjas had headbands.
No, I wouldn't rate Naruto just because of his headband.
Actually, we would rate Naruto,
Okay, fine. Sasuke stops wearing his headband a long time ago.
and we would rate Sasuke's costume or design as well. She's a designed thing in this show.
His samurai looking.
You
outfit.
can give her a 0 and move on. That doesn't matter. I'm just saying, I think for what she's supposed to be, as far as I could look right at her and tell, if I was looking at this with no context, I'd say she's a fangirl. And I'd say it's almost a cosplayer-esque level. These guys are cool. Look at me. I'm with that. That's what I see. I know that's not what the show intends, but if I'm looking at it from the outside, this is what I see. I'm at like a 2.5. I think she looks like a cosplayer who finally got to meet her heroes. That's what I see.
because I don't. This is not a full fucking costume.
No.
So I'm giving it a 1 because it's not a full fucking costume. The girl fucking put a fucking skirt on and went outside. So basically, I'm wearing what I'm wearing. This is a costume. Rate me.
Actually, you guys rated doctors, so yeah. Guess what they wear? Clothes,
But they don't wear
coat,
Yeah, but that's what they wear. These guys are.
scarf.
These guys wear
They're
clothes.
just
Long
dudes.
ass scarf.
No.
They're just dudes in
These guys-
clothes.
no, these-
That's why I have a rule. Dudes in clothes get 2. She's a chick in clothes, 2.
But these guys outside of their costumes are wearing clothes too. They're wearing clothes.
I don't think
underneath
she
their-
wears that in her every day. I'm just gonna put that out.
I would like to. I would hope so.
We gotta have a rating to move on.
All right.
I gave it a rating.
Oh,
I give it a
So,
1.
I'll give it a 1.5 equals divided by
And you know
3.
what's sad? I don't even hate it.
1.67 for the girl.
And that's what's sad. I don't hate it. I actually think it works. It matches everything else. It is, in my opinion, it's not a
well,
costume.
we're up to 1997 with the Protector Mega Rangers,
This would be our in space.
and this is from Mega Ranger.
Wait, let me see it. Yep, this is our in space.
It's armor.
It's armor. It's another thing. It's an update. It's an armor that we didn't get.
No, because only the Red Ranger got the Battleizer. And he got that foam muscle suit
Oh my
looking
God.
thing.
I remember us looking at these armor upgrades at one point before.
I think we did, but I don't think we rated them because it was just armor.
Okay, so
It's just, I mean, it's not as cool as the armor that we saw in the other series.
1.
Yeah, 1. I don't care.
okay, so I'm gonna shock you on this.
You're gonna give it a 3.
I'll go all the way up to 3.9. Here's why. There's a real reason. And I made fun of it because I think it's fucking stupid. And I don't care who likes it. Selling this idea here in America that the Red was the coolest guy because he got that shitty fucking foam muscle suit battleizer.
I hated that Battleizer.
That looked like shit.
It did.
This I would have bought into. Giving the actual glove pieces, extra pieces of armor, the overcovers, and everybody would have got one. I'd have bought into this. That dumb muscle suit is
No.
exactly that.
Did they add
dumb.
to the boots too or not?
I can't see.
I don't
I
know
thought
if they
there was-
show. Well, there we
No,
go.
no, nothing on the
Okay.
boots.
It's literally
It's
just
all a top
it's
area.
just
It's
their-
the looks like it's the wrists, brass knuckle type of updates, armor pieces, shoulder holdings.
Okay.
literally something they can slide on in like 2 seconds.
Green
Ish.
Ranger shield.
Yeah.
White Ranger shield.
But listen,
Gold Ranger shield.
I like shields.
I'm just saying, that's what they are. And I've seen it in other Rangers, and it works just fine, and I actually think it helps them.
So, and some people it does, and this one I don't, because I've already liked these suits to begin with.
The shield's got a 1.97.
Okay.
No. And that's Skeletor in a tank.
That's the Land Shark.
Oh my god, it's a tank.
Okay.
This is Zeke Hunter from Go-Go V.
This is from Lightspeed Rescue. Our Lightspeed Rescue. Okay.
He almost looks like a robot ranger.
Kind of looks like he belongs in the Beetleborgs.
Is this who we were supposed to get instead the Titanium Ranger?
Okay, Titanium Ranger.
Oh,
the Titanium Ranger is the very first American-made Ranger.
Did we replace him with
Yes,
that? Is
I
that
believe
what we
so.
did?
I think we might have. Because we never got that. He never showed up once.
Movie exclusive is what they're saying. So
Movie.
he's a movie exclusive.
Oh, yeah, we never got a movie from this series.
Oh, we never got American versions of their specials,
So we never really got to see this dude.
Which would have made sense that the Titanium Ranger replaced him. Since that was our first step into making our own Ranger, which actually got really good reviews. Like, people liked the Titanium.
And then for some reason we just was like, that worked, we're done.
Until after this series, until the next new series, and then we're finally doing our own shit. Our own costumes, our own storylines.
Step by step.
Yes, we're starting to...
It's a step by step. We've got to bleed away from the fandom that was created.
Well, considering the reactions that people gave of the newest costumes,
Yeah, but I also think that's kickback. People don't like it when you change things. Like, case in point, and I deal with this on a daily basis. I literally dealt with it this morning when I first woke up. 2 fucking comments right off the bat. I like Revelation, and I like every single one of the Masterverse figures, but everybody that fucking bought classics is still beating their dick to figures that sell for $130 a piece and crapping on figures that are $24. We're not even in the same fucking price bracket, and I would still argue that Masterverse is doing better work than what classics did. I'll argue it, I don't give a shit. Look at that Beast Man and tell me that's even close to the fuck. That Beast Man is fucking fantastic. Classics can eat a dick. I said it. I don't give a shit.
Well, Revelations also has a very anime style.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
When you look at the
kickback from fans
80s,
that like what they like because that's what they grew up with and they're not willing to test or see anything new, that's what you're dealing with. And you're going to deal with that. Rangers is about to hit a massive fucking roadblock because every single change from this point forward is going to be a bunch of people that grew up and this is how Rangers is done and you don't change the format and you can't do that and it has to be this way.
Nowadays when we do the freaking stock footage, it looks better.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's harder to tell what is our actors and what is theirs.
But it's still...
But back in Mighty
I would
Morphin,
still prefer,
it was super
I prefer
easy.
the steps we are taking right now might make it a show that would interest me enough to go back to it. I want it to be something that I want to watch, and the only way they're going to do that is to step away from the Sentai. Because if I want to see Sentai, I'll just go watch the Sentai. I don't need 2 of the same show edited differently. Case in point, Star Wars.
Yeah.
You get the idea of the versions here now that everybody wants to fight?
especially the original Star Wars.
Jesus.
Everybody wants to fight because modifications were made to keep the movie up with the times. And I'm not saying that that was right, but I'm saying that the divide here is that no matter what you would have changed, you were going to get kickback, even though we've already argued in multiple episodes when we went over it that most of those changes were actually for the better.
And wasn't George Lucas the one who says that you should not change
Yes.
a movie? And
He's the biggest hypocrite. Because he's made how many modifications to Star Wars?
McClunky.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear about that. That's just so stupid.
Actually, that's a Disney decision because they took it over.
Well, here's my
Now, if I'm not mistaken, these Rangers work for Umbrella Corps,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, these are
These are the Umbrella Corps Rangers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So is this guy a biohazard dude? I'm just saying.
A future soldier? I don't know.
What do they call them? BOWs?
BOWs?
Something like that.
BOW Ranger here?
He's a biological fucking guy. He's got the T virus. But in this case, he's got the T.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I got the G. Actually.
I don't hate this guy, actually. I'm getting huge Mega Man vibes off of him. Mega Man X era vibes. He reminds me of a Maverick or one of the Maverick Hunters. He fits that Reploid
He reminds
style.
me of the Blue Centurion and the Phantom Ranger combined with a different color scheme.
I don't hate this dude at all. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I would have liked to have seen more of him because I can't see his boots. He's got a big fucking gun. He ain't fucking around.
You want something dead.
I guess so.
This will do
He
it.
saw a big spider. That's what he saw.
No shit.
Guys, there was a big spider in my apartment, so I built this.
And I also, I don't hate his Brainiac thing going on here. Fucking Brainiac symbols.
I like the Brainiac symbol.
Oh, there I can see his
Yeah, there's
boots.
his boots.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I don't hate his handgun is fine,
his pistol.
but
He looks like he's holding a fucking hand.
who needs the noisy cricket when you have the Series 4 deatomizer in your fucking back pocket? I mean,
That little cricket though, that thing will give you that thing has a kick to it.
it sure did.
That thing that is that surprise weapon where you're like, hey bitch, I got this, and the guy's laughing like, what are you gonna do with that pea shooter? Oh, I'm gonna send you flying about 200 feet.
And myself.
And myself, this little pea shooter, it's got some serious torque.
I want to be honest with you. I don't know why, but I'm really liking this dude. I'm gonna go up to, dude. I'm gonna go 4.8.
I feel like he fits more in the Car Ranger series than. But at the same time, our Lightspeed Rescue was a military operation.
So you can get away with a lot of different looking things, just like in the military. Like
SPD when
that's one of the things that actually helped properties like GI Joe is that they had an infinite range of things. They could do water shit, they could do snow shit, they could do desert shit, they could do jungle shit.
When your Ranger series is now government funded,
you can go anywhere, do anything, make
same
anything,
thing.
and you can
so
still fit the
Lightspeed Rescue
aesthetic.
SPD Beast Morpher is actually a company owns the. They created their own morphing grid.
Really?
Yes, we're talking in the future.
Okay.
And they were using, and because they even brought back one of the RPM villains, the guy who basically, the robot that basically destroyed the world.
Really?
Vengeance.
That's the dude that, because of her virus or whatever?
Yep, because she couldn't put the firewall in time to basically keep it from spreading.
Yeah.
It destroyed our world. That's why RPM takes place in a post-apocalyptic world. Well, that robot shows back up in Beast Morpher, connecting the two universes. Like after we
Vengex or something. Vengex?
Vengex.
Yeah, because somebody's saying it right here in the chat.
And after we beat him, the RPM universe looked like we prospered, we rebuilt. And now Beast Morpher, we're in a futuristic world. Like years ago, this was a wasteland. Look what we rebuilt. And then Vengeance comes back in that series. And that to me that ties in RPM with this series. RPM was hard to tie in because of its post-apocalyptic setting. It was kind of like its own series, just over there on its own little island. Now Beast Morpher can join you over here. Yeah, you guys are part of that.
I would have ran away with that. I would have immediately started doing shows in both, or that might have been the best way to do our own Rangers.
RPM got praised because it was a darker.
I'm all the way up 4.8. I like this guy a lot.
4.5. I like this guy.
I'm not digging this Night Ranger.
Not liking him?
It's fine.
I think it's because I love Mega Man. I love Mega Man X, and I love that aesthetic, and he just really screams it.
I'm just going to give him a 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's your average
score. 4.1 for that guy.
That's a good score.
Okay, so now we're moving into 1999 with Zeke Jian.
Wait.
Same Rangers.
Yeah.
So it's still the light speed.
It's still the Go-Go V.
Go-Go V.
Zeke Jian.
It's a female.
I think
No!
that's Jian?
Click
No,
on-
Jian.
click
I don't
on-
know.
Click on it.
Jenny.
No, I don't think
it's
I don't
her.
think it's C, because look, it's I don't know how to say that. Jean
Genie.
E. Genie. I think that's right. I think you're right. I think it's Genie.
Is she that robotic ranger looking thing?
Maybe that robotic ranger is part of a group, because she's not that same thing, but
No,
she's
she's
very much
similar.
the same kind of design. See?
Well, the other one was a
And
male.
now she looks even more Mega Man Maverick X because they opened the mouth part. Because now she looks straight up Reploid.
She's also with her, not with all that armor. If you would take all that armor off, she has a very Zero Suit Samus feel.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I don't know why. It's got to be the Mega Man stuff that I'm into. It has to be. She's fitting the aesthetic. She looks like she could be a Maverick Hunter. She looks like if you put her in a picture, if you put Zero behind her, like turned around where he's kind of looking back and he's got his hair and he's kind of watching her, and maybe she's a Class C Maverick Hunter. She's working with a Class S just in case things get rough, and he's mentoring. I could buy into that. She looks I don't give a shit. Fucking 5. I'll go up. The other guy probably deserved a 5 as well. It's got to be the aesthetic. I'm not tying it into
4.3.
anything else other than I like Mega Man. And I believe that they could have done a live. If this was the designs they chose to do a live action Mega Man series, I'd have bought into
Didn't Mega Man become a Maverick Hunter?
it. X did. Mega Man.
S-Class Maverick Hunter like Zero or A-Class?
Okay, so X has what they refer to as the X factor. His
X gonna
potential
give it to
is
you.
unlimited.
So it's literally X gonna give it to you?
Yeah. Well, that's why Mega Man, or rather X, because he's not actually Mega Man.
No, Rock
But you
is
get the
different than
idea.
X.
The reason X is different than every other Mega Man, every other Hunter, every other Maverick Hunter, is Zero is what Zero is. X has an adaptive system that allows him to equip and unequip different armor protocols, constantly changing his battle attire. So he can go from being X, which is an okay, he's a Class B Maverick Hunter, he'll do just fine.
Okay, he's Class B.
Or he can go all the way up to dealing with literally the eradication of the Sigma virus with the ultimate armor equips.
Which would make you an S-Class Maverick Hunter.
He's actually beyond S-Class because he even had to go out of his way to kill Zero in Mega Man 4.
Are you telling me that he's what they call a double S?
Yes.
That's better than Zero.
I mean, he had to kill Zero. That's actually in the continuity.
You know I don't like that, right? Because I like Zero.
Well, Zero comes back after, but Mega Man has to stop him.
Did he get infected?
He dies in Mega Man X3. They put him back together in Part 4 and use him basically as a shell body to go against Mega Man. There's 2 different endings to that. You can either put him together yourself, or the Mavericks that you're dealing with can put him back together. I can't remember if it's 4 or 5, but you end up having to fight Zero in that game. You either fight Dark Zero or you fight regular Zero, and either way, Mega Man beats him. Mega Man is the superior Maverick Hunter.
So I give her a 3.5.
That's a good score still. You like her more than the other guy.
And they say Mega Man died. Seth is bringing that up. But we've yet to see that in the actual story. It's only mentioned in X that Mega Man is gone and X was the following prototype.
I always thought Mega Man was just in storage.
No.
Waiting for the day to be.
Supposedly it's dead. But there's never been a story that actually confirms
At the same time, I also thought X... Oh, go ahead.
4.27 for her.
At the same time, I always thought X was just an upgraded version of Rock.
Nope.
In the cartoon series, he kind of is.
No, they were separate. In the cartoon series,
Well, he looked
shows
like
up,
it was, but...
Yeah, because in the cartoon, even the cartoon, they're separate characters.
Okay.
X shows up in the cartoon, and he's
X
very much a different
X just looks like a more advanced version of Rock.
So we're going to Aber Ranger. We're going to Aber Pink.
In 2003?
Yes, we're jumping all the way up to 2003. Wow. Now, you were complaining about the other girl cosplaying.
No, this is Dino Thunder.
Oh.
You want to
Zero.
You want to
Zero.
You want to apologize
Yes,
to that
I'll
other girl? You want
apologize.
to apologize to that other girl? Because I want to apologize to that other girl, even though I didn't
Look at
hate
this
on her.
dude. This dude's like, God, you ain't gonna save me, man.
I'll nuke that.
Dino Thunder's a good series. I'm glad we didn't put that in our series. That is the one thing I'm glad we didn't fucking keep.
You like her cardboard belt buckle?
No, I don't, and I don't like the fact that that woman behind her's like, be careful, and the guy's like, I don't think she's got this.
Okay, I gave it a 0. So,
Oh,
Jesus Christ, 1.67. Or
Negative.
negative 1.67.
Okay, we're going to skip up to the next year, 2004, the Deca Bright. This is from Kakuranger.
This will be, I think, your SPD.
Oh, this is the female.
This is okay. So towards the end of SPD, we got what they call the Omega Ranger.
Yeah.
And she showed up.
She showed up at the very last episode. She's from the future, farther in the future.
Right.
Their morpher is like that. It's on their. It's a pretty big morpher, but she's from the future. I don't know if she's an Omega Ring or if they call it the Omega. Wait, that doesn't make sense because the comic books have the Omega Rangers. Oh, I forgot what they called her, but that's SPD. I don't mind it. This is farther in the future.
I'll do 3.8. It's standard to what this series was doing, and she looks fine.
3.5. Because this is a police force.
I'll go 4.
Okay.
Goes divided by 3. 3.77 for
What's
her.
the next year?
Sticking in Kakuranger, we're going to Deca Gold.
It might be that guy.
It's the orange. Wait.
No.
Hold on. There's one picture.
It's a chick.
We never got that. Wait, we never got gold.
No. Yes. No.
We got an orange ranger for like an episode.
So
But we never got a...
It might have been gold in Japan.
Hold on.
2.4. Unimpressed.
No.
Completely fucking unimpressed.
It's too similar to the Yellow Ranger.
There's nothing special about it as far as I'm concerned.
This picture right here, she's too similar to the Yellow.
Movie exclusive. They should have used some of their movie budget and did something with it.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 1.
She sucks.
1.8. I don't like it.
Give her a piece of armor or something. Shit. Come on.
If you're going to make...
She glows gold. Big fucking deal.
I'll give it a 2.
1 second on screen or some shit. People are basically talking shit about her.
2.
Like her suit
07.
appears for 3 seconds. She's fucking pointless.
Yeah, completely.
Okay. Deca Swan. This is also from 2004's Kakuranger.
That's the Cat Ranger. That's that cat.
She's cool. I know her from the video games. I like her design a lot. 4.7.
She works at SPD. She's like she develops different things, I believe.
Yeah, I liked her, but there's a little bit of bias here. I seen her in the game, and she's fantastic in the game, and she's good in that game, and it makes me like her a lot.
She's so fucking fast.
So yeah, she's cool as shit. I like her a lot.
5.
I'll go 4.
Because in our series we call her...
It says a swan in Japan, cat in America.
Yeah, we call it the Cat Ranger.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, because I think we gave her like additional claws.
We gave her claws and stuff, yes.
Yeah. She is a 4.57.
By the way,
okay.
I don't know why we changed it from a swan.
Okay, we're going to Deca Red Battleizer.
We don't have to.
Oh, you're fucking right. We really don't.
Well, as you can see, like I said, they're cops, so you can see the red and blue for the cop lights, because
Yeah, I see something.
That
already.
looks very, very similar to what our Space Ray got.
They all kind of look the same. Remember the Quantum?
I could live without that. Fucking 2.
Remember the Quantum Ranger? His Battleizer, he gets roller skates.
Yep.
So you can tell me that the Battleizers are all... I've never liked any Battleizer in any Ranger.
Most of them, I think, are too goofy looking and overdone. Most of them are.
It really takes away from a lot of what they are. When they put on that goofy looking, bulky, cheap looking... No. This thing gets a fucking 1.
I'm going to give it some Christmas and give it a 3.
Woo!
A bit of Christmas.
Well, those are not Christmas colors. It's missing the green. That's blue. That's blue. If it was green, you can give it Christmas.
It's a 2.
Fine.
Okay, that puts us on the last from this, which is Fire Squad Deca Red. Okay.
Oh, it's the
It's armor.
It's this dude.
Yes. The Red Ranger gets
Yeah,
a specialty thing.
And he's got this number 1,
Yeah, because
which I guess is cool. I mean, I get the
our
aesthetic
versions, we
idea.
got the Deca.
They got
no, not
Danzeba here. Sorry,
I
that's
think
what
we
he
got
is.
that special SWAT team that the armor.
Yeah, we got the SWAT mode.
Yep.
He also gets tiny little pistols.
Pew pew.
Okay, so look, I've seen worse. This actually doesn't bother me.
In fact, there's their SWAT mode
everybody
right
gets
there.
it. That's actually
Yeah, that's
kinda
their
cool.
SWAT mode.
Okay. Look, because everybody gets it, and because I see it, and I get the idea that he's got like a vest, and it's just a little. It's just a little bit more. Look, these are. If you're going to do battleizers, this is what I want. I want small, practical enhancements, not overdone, ridiculous.
Which it is. Practical
This
for
makes
a
sense
cop
because
force.
they're cops. And what are what SWAT? They're cops.
Yeah, I don't mind the idea that they're armored up. And it would have been cool if each of them would have got something too, like if you would have played the aesthetic and given like one a riot shield that was more like a tank that held back pressure while the others like
I
came
would
from the
have
sides and shit.
I would have given them different weapons.
Yeah, that
But
would
I
have been
do like
cool.
how they have like headsets so they can communicate. Except for the red guy.
This is solid to me. I'd actually go. I'd do a solid 4 with this. I think that's practical. I think it
3-8.
works.
3-8 for me because it matches the aesthetic of the show.
I'll go
Because
3-3.
even in the Sentai, I believe they're a police force.
Yeah, I'm going 3-3 for this vest stuff. So
Strange how we kept that.
It's a 3.7.
What else?
Okay, so that takes us off of that, and we're going into 2006 Aka Red.
What?
This is from Gokaiger. As far as I could tell, that was the ship back there.
No.
What am I looking at here? Didn't they have a red already? But
You said this is 2006?
I think this is a dude that crosses over it. Oh, he's the 30th anniversary Ranger guy. That's what he... I do remember this. We saw this guy in passing. I remember seeing him in passing.
Well, this dude does not need any more red.
I don't feel anything.
I don't think this is Captain Marvelous.
It's not. Captain Marvelous is the guy that he has his hand on his shoulder.
But I don't know. I mean, I haven't really seen the whole show, but I remember this guy's the anniversary Ranger thing. That's the reason for the V.
He's got
because he's Go Ranger 5.
But he's got 30 there, and he's got like a 45 on the next
Well,
one.
I think because he keeps coming back, he's kind of like a Go Ranger. See, because that's what that V is. That's Go Ranger 5. That's the first Ranger, and then they keep. I want to say they keep doing small
every
updates.
big anniversary, they're like they put a different badge on him. So this is the 30th anniversary. Now it's the 45th anniversary.
Yeah, because I think he's pretty much. I think he's pretty much rated to be the guy that leads the charge.
Okay,
in,
let me ask you
huge
this.
Event now.
Okay, let me ask you this. This guy is obviously a Red Ranger. Lots of red.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all that red?
I don't hate how simple he is, and here's the... I'm going to tell you something. I know this is going to be crazy, but him, right here, this guy, I'm willing to go... This is ridiculous. I'm willing to go up to a 4. And here's the reason why. This is a redesign of the Go Ranger. And you remember how terrible that looked? But look, when they give him like the sash, and they give him the pop collar, the V on his helmet.
No. That bottom corner one, do not ignore that picture. That is a Wild Force costume.
I know.
This guy can transform.
I'm just saying... That's the reason I'm actually okay with him is because he's essentially
a remake of the original
He's a
Ranger.
remake of Go Ranger 5.
He's Go Ranger 5 with the able to change.
But because he's in their series, he can adapt powers. But he doesn't adapt like them. He doesn't seem to become other Rangers necessarily because notice he's keeping his helmet. So he's adapting their powers into his own. I like that. That there's still he's always in red, or rather, from what we're seeing, I think this is pretty cool. This works for that. I think it's well done.
Since it's like a redesign of an old suit that we didn't really care for, I gave it a 4-5 because I thought that while I think there's a little too much red,
and I'll give you that. But the original guy, and maybe that would have helped if they would have whited the boots and the gloves like they did for the original. But
red's my favorite color.
I
so
get where they're going with it.
Obviously, I'm going to be a little biased here. I kind of wish they would have added another color.
Yeah, I can
Just
see
another
that.
color, just to offsets all that red. That's probably why I don't give it a 5. But to me, it's a solid ass.
Yeah, because you can even see that's where the dumb V was on his chest. You see it? It's right there.
And he's got a pop.
But it's red. It's all red. That's his only real flaw, is that they really should have color graded with something to highlight. Or,
I'm just going to go 3.
Okay.
Because it's like, I see this form, and I'm like, what? Okay, divide by... That guy is a 3.83.
So, we're going to Cross Armor Gokai Red from Gokaiger.
These are the Pirate Rangers.
And this was stupid.
Oh my god.
So this is our Super Mega Force.
He's wearing a boat.
Yeah, he's wearing the ship armor.
While the cape is cool, that armor really sucks.
He's wearing a boat.
Yeah, because they came on a boat. Fits the theme that they're pirates.
They increased his battle skirt thing.
I like everything but the armor.
I like everything but the armor.
Take the armor.
I don't mind the extra things here that were given to his arms. I don't mind the extra stuff that was given to the battle skirt.
I like it.
That boat is so dumb.
It is. So that boat hurts it. So give it a 1.5. Everything.
Yeah, 1.5. He's lucky he gets that. That boat is dumb.
1.5.
If you would have made it smaller.
He's a 1.5. That's something.
Or made it a different armor piece, I think it would have been better.
Okay. So let's finish 2011 here.
Yeah.
So we got Full Ranger Armor Gold, Full Ranger Armor Gokai Red from Gokaiger.
It's just the one picture.
It's still the boat, but now he's got big cannons.
0.
He's got missile launchers. He's got Zaku 2 missile launchers on his feet. And he's got a big fucking Enter the Dragon knife hand.
The claw.
Yeah.
Okay, you dropped Zaku, but in this case, that ain't going to save it.
I know.
No, you can drop a Zaku all you want. It ain't going to save it.
Well, I'm not giving him anything special. He's going all the way down to a 1 now.
No, yeah, he is. I'm sorry, but with those gigantic things on your legs, you have no movement. I don't give a fuck.
And I'll bet you in motion it looks tacky. Because I'll imagine if he has to move around, he probably doesn't move much. Because if something came to fight him and he had to block and move, they would probably wiggle and wobble and shit.
No,
they're probably some sort of foam plastic.
I could see him when he first transforms and tries to run. He's like, oh shh.
What?
I imagine he probably takes that form and then goes doo-doo, boo-boo-boo, and it's probably a whole lot of CGI and flash when he doesn't have to move on his own. And if he does, it probably looks really bad. The people are saying he slides.
Yeah, because he can't walk.
Because it probably looks terrible in real motion, like unaltered motion.
Sliding, everything can be looking cool when you slide.
Yeah, he's so dumb.
So what are you giving on a Shane?
I give it a 1.
1. Yeah, equals divided by 3.
Because I don't like it.
It's a 0.67.
Okay, so that puts us at the last part of 2011.
God damn.
We're going to end on Gokai Christmas.
Oh god, are we gonna...
I know what this is.
It's just
the Red and Green Ranger combine their power things, and they literally become a Christmas cut down the middle.
So he's less of an asshole because it's Christmas.
I mean, sure.
I don't hate it. I don't know if I like the side-by-side. Like, if they wanted to incorporate green, I would have done it a little different. But to get your...
And even when he does his poses, he'll do a serious thing from this angle, and then he'll do the little leg rub and shit from the other angle because the other guy is goofy and ridiculous. So I remember this being a thing. I've seen it. Two. It's the best I can do.
3.
I think this is...
3. I'm going out on an average note.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'll go average 2. I'll go 3.
If this is the
You
last
get
guy, I'm going out on an
3.
average note.
For right now, because we're running out of time,
Oh.
because I still have to make it into... I still have to go get
You know
my wife and everything.
You know, Amanda can do.
2.67 for the Christmas pirate.
2.67. Okay, so that takes from... So, 2011. Whoop. Gone. So now we have to do
17 more.
17 more to finish this and be all caught up. But I got you through as much as I possibly could.
You're going to miss the last 17.
You'll miss the last...
might not. It depends.
Okay, well,
It depends on how much homework should I got.
so that's that.
I feel like Scott is going to be on the whole... are you making it this week? Not this guy. Not this one. I'll try next time. Too much
Okay.
homework. Can't make it.
If I want to finish through at least this stuff, I will be back next week.
Next time.
So this is Goodbye Scott Part 1.
Okay. All right. So I think we're signing out. I think we've done what we can do for this episode.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed our part 1 of Goodbye Scott. Join us next time for part 2 of Goodbye Scott.